Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all the prestigious guests, participants of this event. I'm Professor Brian Bennett Bench, and I'm here to share my presentation about why do we still need webinars? The amazing learning of educators around the globe. For the introduction, webinars have transformed education, especially after the COVID-19 pandemic, taking over traditional seminars and workshops. We have experienced learning even at the comfort of our own houses during the COVID-19. Thanks to this innovative type of seminar and workshop known as webinar, we have learned to enhance and become a better educator during the COVID-19 pandemic. Webinars provide flexibility and accessibility, making them invaluable for educators across the globe. Webinars help most educators to learn, gather all their materials, and share it in the most convenient and the most accessible way during the COVID-19. Thanks to this wonderful innovation that was made by humans, known as webinar. So to start my presentation for today, I would like to give this question. Why webinars are crucial for educators? The first bullet points out the access to global learning. Educators can participate in training lectures and discussions without geographic barriers. Well, thanks to the 21st century technology known as the internet, we were able to train one another, gather lectures, studies, materials, and have a discussion without even thinking how much will it cost, the time, and even the effort, because it is all done through the World Wide Web using different platforms. Second bullet, cost effectiveness. Webinars eliminate the need for physical resources, lowering the cost. We don't need to worry about the event space, the food, the payment for the guests. All we need to do is to give our time, show some effort in attending the webinar. And the third bullet, professional development. Educators gain new skills, teaching strategies, and even the subject knowledge, which are crucial for their career. Some teachers choose to attend webinars because of its prestige, because of the well-known guests, and because of the certificate. But mind you, most educators attend webinars because of the new skill, teaching strategy, and the subject knowledge that they will learn and use within their own classroom. And that is considered part of having a professional development. And as a teacher, not just here in the Philippines, around the globe, we are meant to have continuous professional development simply because we wanted our learners to benefit from all the hard work that we're doing in teaching. Webinars and COVID-19. The pandemic accelerated the shift to online learning with webinars becoming key in professional development. Educators adapted their methods through online platform and many report permanent change in how they teach due to the shift. There are lots of things that help us during the COVID-19, not just the webinar itself, but it also accelerated the online learning. Thanks once again to the 21st century technology that was given to all of us. We were able to enhance the webinars from the very first up until the current webinar that we have attended, simply for our professional development that is meant for our learner. Also, we were able to adapt methods to the different online platforms that we have attended, like Zoom, Google Meet, Microsoft Teams, and lots of the report have changed the way we teach to our students. Just like what I have learned in my master's research entitled A Phenomenological Study of the Lived Experience of Selected International English as Secondary Language or ESL educators in attending English team webinars. So let's talk one of the learning theory that I have decided to consider in my research, the Kolb's experiential learning theory. Webinars align with this, which emphasizes learning through experience, have given this response from the participants of my study. They have mentioned concrete experience. Most of the participants have joined live and interactive webinars. And we all know if a certain activity is lively, interactive, we will be more enthusiastic. We will be more delighted to join, listen, and understand what the webinar wants to give to us. Also, they have done reflective observation, wherein reflecting on the session in the personal teaching practices. Most of them reflected that the webinar have made them become more patient, more resourceful, wherein they have applied it in their own personal teaching practices within their own classroom. So, any activity that we do, we always experience challenges. So, allow me to talk about the challenges in webinar participation. Some of them were given by the participants of my study. Most of them mention access issue. Not all countries have a good internet connection, have enough resources, materials. So access issue has been dominant in my study. Some educators faced challenges due to, first, the unreliable internet. Even if most of the countries have internet, but due to the large volume of users, the internet, the connection becomes unreliable. Also, lack of technological proficiency. Well, it's a good thing if you have an experience using the internet, using the platforms. But what if you're not aware? Some educators really wanted to share their learning through the World Wide Web, through the internet, through the different platforms. But the proficiency in using the tool has become one of their challenge. Also, isolation. This is quite questionable. Why? Some educators felt isolated during the online learning session. Why? They were used to the in-person events. And then suddenly, for almost 2, or let's make it 3 years, they missed that social element. They felt being outcasted. And not just only the educators, but mostly the learners felt isolated during this time. So let's talk about the benefits that outweigh the challenges. First off, skill development. Educators develop not only subject specific skills, but also technological competencies. Most of my participants have mentioned that it didn't just improve their idea about the subject itself. It didn't just improve their English communication, writing, etc. It also improved their ability to use the technology. Simply because most of the webinars also give the idea about the tool, about the practice, not only the subject or the theme of the webinar is being shared, but also the best practices of the speakers, wherein we, as a teacher, develop one skill. Second, up-to-date knowledge. It gives access to the latest educational strategies and global trends. There are countries like the United States, Japan, who gave the latest educational strategy and global trends. And once it will be given to all of the educators, they become up to date, they become more knowledgeable, their students become more knowledgeable, simply using the latest knowledge, tools, ideas. And third, sustainable learning. Webinars support continuous learning, like I mentioned on my previous slides. Educators are meant to practice their learning that they have started way back when they go school. Our job is to learn continuously. Our lives are meant to gain new knowledge so that we can share those knowledge to our students. And the webinars gave most of them, making professional growth more accessible and manageable. Again, because of the 21st century technology, our professional growth isn't that hard anymore. We can attend webinars, have enough certificates, have enough ideas, then we become more knowledgeable. We become more innovative simply because we can access and manage our materials much more easier because of the online setup using the different platforms that we got. So think about this, teachers, participants. Yes, webinars as a future of learning. Nowadays, even here in our country, and I believe in other countries as well, practice the hybrid learning model. Webinars are likely to remain a staple in the hybrid education model. Yeah, we're now back to the new normal. We can hold seminars, conferences. But because of the webinar, because of the experience having it, and even in my research, it was mentioned that webinars would still be dominant even if we will go back to the usual way of living, simply because of some of the benefits that I have mentioned. Or perhaps they could apply this. There's a seminar, there is a webinar. Why not have both? Having two options in learning makes it more easy for us to become a better teacher, educator, better person in the eyes of our learners. And also, it is still associated with professional growth. As teachers around the world continue to face educational shift, it does not stop, dear teachers, guests, participants. It does not stop even if we're back to the new normal of living, teaching. It would still be crucial in keeping the webinars to become updated, to become innovative. We need to still perform, attend, held webinars. Again, some of the reasons were mentioned. It's cost effective, it's accessible. It is easy for us to grow as an educator through attending and holding webinars. So simply by knowing this tool, we consider webinars still as part of our future learning. And to conclude my discussion, webinars are essential tools for educators worldwide. That's a fact. Offering flexibility. We can attend webinars anywhere, anytime, at our own comfort, whether we are in our living room, whether we're traveling, so long as it's accessible to the global expertise, and as long as it can provide continuous professional development, webinars will be evident to the whole wide world. Also, they are key to shaping the future of education. Let's be thankful that because webinar has been practiced, we were also able to learn new things from other countries. It's not only them who will progress, but all those who participated, attended, joined the webinar, particularly for remote, international, and ESL educators. And I would also just make sure it is for everyone, not just for English teacher. But again, for my study, it focused more on English as secondary language educator. But I'm pretty sure all the participants here saw the beauty of attending webinar, of holding webinar in their own respective countries. So I hope that this simple presentation, my simple lecture about why do we still need webinars, from the learnings of the educators from all around the globe, we were able to appreciate and continuously held webinars in our respective countries. And with that, once again, I would like to thank the host of this event for having me as their speaker. And I want to thank all the listeners, the guests, the participants for giving few minutes of your time to attend and listen to my presentation. For any questions, comments, suggestions, I'll be giving my email address to the host or even to teacher Juliana so that you can send it. And I'll be more than happy to answer it as soon as I can. Just visit my YouTube page, Brian Attention. I'll post here. So you just search on YouTube, search my name, Brian Atencia. You can share some of your videos, some of your questions, comments, and suggestions about this presentation. Once again, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone. Till my next discussion.